married my sister, now we're living together. Because it's in love.
Oh, it low that time.
That was nice.
Did you pick up on that?
I did. I picked up on it. That's why I stayed high.
Good.
Because sometimes lately I've been doing this low. I've been doing this like high to low dip.
I feel like there's been a few times where we both go high, and then my DMs are absolutely lit up with people like somebody's got to go low.
Harmonize a little bit. What are we doing?
What do we? Are you guys talking about this beforehand, or is this just the full? Full improv.
Tim, we know you were in an a cappella group in school. Tom, you got to figure it out.
Let's see, junior year to senior year of high school, and then I got a full ride scholarship to LSU, an a cappella scholarship.
Didn't Harvard want you too?
Yeah, but that was like we'd already talked about this. Like I had moved around a lot my entire life.
Yeah,
LSU was right down the street from my family. I didn't feel. I mean, I'm not going all the way to Boston.
No.
That's across the country. I wanted to stay home. I wanted to be near my friends, near my family. So I went LSU.
Verd would have been a cool experience, but I mean, gotta go Tigers.
I gotta go Tigers. You know, like the football experience isn't there. The campus, honestly, not great. Education, good, sure. Yeah. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
You know, there's been a couple Nobel laureates that have come out of there, but
wait, we talking LSU or Vard?
We're talking the Vard.
Oh yeah, the bird. That's yeah, and it's you were doing the acapella stuff just to get an education. You know, you were just using it for that.
And honestly, here's the thing: a lot of people assume that Harvard has a superior acapella program. They don't. It's like it's something. That's what's a lot of people like in the Ivy world
for sure.
People in the Ivy world know this. It's like well known, but outside, that's how they like keep getting these like great guys, these great acapella guys coming in. Jimmy Two Tones went there.
Oh my god, I forgot Two Tones went there.
Yeah, and he was honestly, he was the
marketing.
one that talked me out of it. Yeah, because he was like, I went there thinking I was going to a top tier program. I get there, and these guys can't harmonize to save their life. It's just kind of a thing that people get caught up in, and then they kind of regret it when they're there. So
I like when I was happy about acapella because you can tell you still have the passion for it.
I do, and look, Lizzie gets a little annoyed with me sometimes, but I do hit. It's a Tuesday, which is so weird, but it's a Tuesday 7 a.m. acapella class, and it's literally right down the street from us on Woodward.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Get in there, meet a couple of fellas, harmonize. Let's get a couple of tunes out, and then get my day started. It's not bad.
That's a good. You're doing that, and you're hitting the gym these days again. Jim Smith is back.
I'm out of the gym. I'm Run Smith.
Oh, also, just in case anyone missed the beginning there, that was fake. Tim doesn't do acapella, but now we're doing real stuff. Wait!
I gotta say, those are some of my most favorite bits that we do. Is when we go really long-winded about something that's not even close to being true.
It's not even true or really that funny.
If somebody tuned in and they didn't know, I'd be like, I think these guys are serious.
I think Tim really thought about going to Harvard to do.
Somebody's
acapella.
Googling Jimmy Two Tones Harvard acapella. They're like, what are these guys talking about? Anyway, Tom, we're not even roommates, dude.
No, we're not even in-laws, man.
Good friends, though.
Great
Couple of
friends.
pals riffing.
Couple pals here in Woodward Studios.
Back of the wood. Were you at the?
I'm in Nashville at the Zany's Nashville Dough. That's a condo.
Nashville, the home of one of my favorite jokes that everybody hates. But it how was the show?
It was very fun. Did Zany's Nashville last night. I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful club.
Hot and delicious heat down there.
Yeah, I was having a very fun one, through in a brand new joke that has never been on stage before, and
bingo.
Tanked.
No shit.
So I had the
last word of that sentence. I was like, "Come on, baby, what do we got?" Damn, it tanked.
Would have loved to say it crushed, but boy, did it not. Boy, it was one of those new jokes where I'm like, I thought the punchline. Well, this is kind of classic. I thought the punchline was funny. I thought the punchline was like bigger than it. Like the second I was saying it out loud, I was like, oh, this is not the payoff.
Oh, this actually sucks.
It was like it was like a little pitter patter where it was like if I had a fire line after that, it would have been great. But it just kind of ended, and I was like, so anyways.
Was it one of those where you can feel it like when you're in the setup and like kind of going through it, you're like, I need more momentum than this for this to really slap? Because what I've got isn't enough.
I know the payoff is not there. Yeah. You're like, I have no secret weapon in the closet here.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, it was like a decent premise, getting some chuckles on the premise, but yeah, to your point, not enough heat that I could have said anything. It's also not a cute premise. It's about how Socrates used to have sex with his students.
There we go. Oh wait, I kind of remember this.
I think I tried riffing it out with you once, and nothing ever came of it. And
Socrates did.
And there we go. See, where were you last night?
See, come on, that's obviously going to destroy the room right there.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was. There was something there. There is something there in the joke, but I didn't write it before last night. So
that is one where they're like, okay, like you're kind of out on a branch here, but we're gonna let you do it because we trust you. I
had a little safety net because it's Teacher Appreciation Week. I didn't know this, but someone commented on one of my videos yesterday that it's Teacher Appreciation Week, I guess.
Thank you, teachers.
Shout out teachers. Shout out sister number 2. But I disguised it as like this was what I tried to write for Teacher Appreciation Week.
Oh, so boy, you coward. So you were like, yeah, this is you fucking liar. So you were just like,
we did write it yesterday.
It's just something new for teacher.
That's exactly what it was. Oh, I just found 2 teachers in the crowd, and the only line that worked was basically like, some of the most famous teachers, Socrates, Plato, huge pedophiles. Kind of makes you appreciate Sophie and Ryan a little bit more, right?
There we go.
And then but that was the problem. Then that's getting laughs, and I'm like, oh, but the payoff is not here.
Wait, shit. And you can't really stop right there.
No.
Let's give it up for these non-pedophiles, everybody. So anywho.
I grew up in a big family.
None of them are pedophiles either. You're just like, what am I talking about?
The punchlines were so bad. I said something about slobbing on Socrates' knob.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie, Tom.
It was a real lull in my set, and then I had to win them back with like Spirit Airlines or something.
Holy shit. Yeah, after that one, you got to dive all the way into the airplane material.
I was like, I'm really sorry.
That is so unlike you.
I know, but it's kind of fun. I mean, it's
on Socrates. But you've been on how long you been on the road with Jeff?
5 days.
5 days.
It'll do it.
You're already trying to see if slobbing on Socrates' knob is going to work.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's going to one day. I'm going to make it work.
Absolutely incredible. That is the thing about Jeff. You're on the road with him for 3 days and you're like, what about this joke about my uncle fucking a toddler? And you're like, this kind of has some legs to it.
Prolific.
Let's see what happens here. And the audience is like, please never again.
Please. The problem is we had our longest stretch of the road trip on Sunday heading down to Nashville. We had about 5 hours. So in the middle of it, I was like, let's throw some premises out. Mm-hmm. And then we spent like 2.5 hours just riffing on joke premises. It felt like a waste of a beautiful, good audience to not do any of the new.
You gotta do it. I mean, it's just boy, that guy looks like shit. Jesus Christ.
This exact same thing happened last week on the pod. It was just a super old lady.
Well, there's some, I love sitting by this little window because I just get to people watch all day. But man, that guy, I mean, it's not early enough for him to look that bad. It's 10:30 in the morning.
What's his look? Is this like
he just looked like no, not a homeless, but he looked like he just rolled out of a dumpster. Like I think he did wake up in a dumpster this morning. Good God. Anywho,
you gotta throw some new. You feel alive up there.
New is important. I've been working on some new premies over here, trying to run them by Lizzie. She hates them all, but I gotta try them.
Do you want to run any of them here?
Not really.
Okay.
Tom, what do you think about this? I'm a Ridgewood kid now.
The Ridgewood.
So I'm out of Brooklyn. And New York has
you're still in Brooklyn, right?
Nah, this is Queens, baby.
Oh, it's Queens.
I'm a Queens kid.
Oh, hell yeah. That's actually way closer. Wait. Oh, I'm staying at your place in 2 days, by the way.
Yeah, I know, dude. We're about to be the king of Queens. It's gonna be incredible.
Oh, let's go.
What's that little laugh? But Brooklyn, New York's got this thing of like, oh, hey, everybody's fast, everybody's quick. So you know the classic variety coffee shop right by my house, right? By our old place.
Right. Oh, yes.
Well, we had the order down pat. You go in there and say, I want 2 quad shot iced lattes.
Yeah, I would like a fart machine in a cup, please.
I would like to shit my pants immediately, please. and so we go to this new place and I do the same thing. I go, all right, can I get 2 quad shot? She goes, whoa, slow down. I was like, oh,
slow down.
I was like, just 2 quad shots. She goes, quad. That's 4 shots. I was like, yeah.
There we go. Now you're onto something.
Okay, that it is 4 shots, and she's like, okay, all right, 2 of those. Like, yeah, iced latte. She goes, okay, so iced lattes, and she's like judging me this entire time.
What is with baristas? And then wanting to pass judgment on everyone.
Well, I don't know why you think you're so much better. And then she finally gets. She's like, what kind of milk do you want in this thing? I was like, whole milk's fine. She goes,
in this fucking disgusting thing.
Like, what? Why are you doing this, lady? It just, wow, the piece of shit guy just walked by again. But it just like going, I was like, yeah, just saying it normally. And she's, whoa. She's like, what do you think this is? Brooklyn?
Yeah,
what do you think this is?
What do you think this
is? 5 steps that way?
What do you think? What do you think? How do you feel overall about this coffee shop, this barista's vibe? Is slowing down good for you, or you don't like the vibe?
We went back to Variety today. We jogged over and then got so I went for a little run today. So we run.
Are you guys couple jogging?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cute as hell.
Isn't that the sweetest thing in the world?
It's the sweetest thing I've ever seen.
But as I get in better shape, we can't do it because Lizzie's got those tiny little legs,
Right. But right now, just fine.
Brother, I'm big fatting around town. Everybody sees me running and they're like, oh, he got new shoes. That's what that is.
It's so on the nose.
This guy got new running shoes.
He got new running shoes. This will be over in a week.
Look how gross he is.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so we had to go back to the other one because this lady, I think she called an audible on the lattes. I think she put 2 shots in there. So I got no zip. I got no zop. I'm trying to get things done. Yeah, I paid for it.
I mean, obviously you paid in general, but it was
no, I just robbed the place blind.
And she was being weird about it.
She's like, sir, you're gonna have to pay for that shit. And I was like,
God, not in Brooklyn anymore. Okay. Well, here's the thing though. You do have to get in there at some point. You have to become a regular there.
I think we're gonna try to find a new place. Just I don't know. The vibe was off. I'm getting judged immediately. Just got there.
Whoa.
Also, I should be, if I'm getting judged by New York standards, you should be getting judged for going too slow.
Yeah, and not getting enough caffeine. Like,
yeah.
If
I was like, I'll take
one shot,
just like a latte, or I don't know. It'd be like, hey, buddy, can we
come on?
What are we doing? Instead, I'm in there bippity boppity, and I'm getting yelled at. No, you're out of my life.
This is some new energy to New York. I've never heard this before.
Yeah, slowing down. I don't get it. I thought I was doing you a favor, lady. Sorry. She really pissed me off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love a unfriendly barista. The one I went to this morning was a little cold, and it's just, I'm like, come on. This is supposed to be a coffee shop's supposed to be a little sanctuary in the morning. You get there and you're like,
yeah, it's a warm feeling.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm excited to start my day.
Yep. And that's the thing, that people at Variety, they know our order. We go in, they give us the point. They say, you want 2? And I say, I want 2. And then they know exactly what we're doing. That feels nice.
You want to go where everybody knows your name.
Where everybody knows your name, Tom. Exactly. And then I'm looking around at all these hipsters who are brand new, and I'm like, yeah, who's the king now? Look at that.
Pieces of shit. I got new shoes.
You all thought I was lame coming in here with my running shoes, but look who knows their order. Me.
Big old Hokas. Did you get Hokas?
You better believe I did. The soles on them are about 9 inches thick. I feel like I'm wearing platform shoes. Boy, that's running on a cloud, Tom.
Interesting. I'm thinking about getting in the Hoka game.
I think you should dive on in because I did the Sauconys, I did the Brooks, I did all these other ones. These guys, I think these are the most comfy.
Yeah, everyone says it. All right.
And there is a thing too. The more ridiculous your running shoe looks, I think the more serious you are about running.
Sure, that's a theory.
You ever see somebody with like a cool running shoe on? You're like, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Take it seriously. Give me a ridiculous looking shoe.
I don't know if that I've heard this theory or really seen it in the wild, but I'll run with it.
I mean, dude, these shoes I have
also
that wasn't bad. These are some of the ugliest shoes that have ever been created.
Yeah, Hoka's. I mean, I've seen them before. They do look like Skechers shape ups.
Yeah, they look ridiculous, but it's function over fashion, Tom. This is what runners are doing.
Oh my God, my dad! If he listens to this, he'll freak out. Our entire lives, my dad used to say, "Form follows function."
See,
oh,
Dr. Nick knows.
God,
dude.
You and my dad.
Dr. Nick knows. I'm a huge function over fashion guy.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. You're 1,000 years old.
Tom, I'm sorry. I've crossed the threshold.
Oh God,
I need my knees to work.
I'm trying to think.
10 years on my 50th birthday.
I had something related to working out. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Tom, what about this? So, did a show last night with one of our idols. Not going to say who it was because the story is not flattering.
Okay.
The man bombed his absolute dick and balls off. We can talk about it after the pod, but it's a man we quote quite often. We love him very much. So it's a guy we love very much.
Yeah.
If you're not watching YouTube, maybe you missed that little mouth that Tom had. But here's the thing: you hate to see somebody bomb, but you love to see somebody at that level struggle. You're like, oh, it never ends.
Yeah, it's always bad.
It's just like the justice of it all. You're like, yes.
Yeah,
even when you're that guy
at every level.
Yeah, even when you're that guy, the new might not work. Even when you're Tom Schnee, you can't get the Socrates blowjob joke to work.
It doesn't always work at a sold out crowd. It's the best club in the country. That's why I tried it there, is because if I try that joke on a shitty, we're gonna be bombing our dicks off at Louisville Comedy Club tonight. If I tried it there, then I'd be like, well, it was a bad crowd. They just don't get highbrow humor. Like,
you gotta try it there.
Nutsack.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. It's also, you got to try it there because at least you're not going to lose the crowd. They're going to go, oh, that one was not good.
Yeah.
But these next ones are fire and we'll laugh.
But it's Teacher Appreciation Week, so he can get out of this with a really hacky, let's give it up for all the teachers.
Is that what you did?
Not quite. But I said, I think I called out 2 people that were teachers or something.
Yes. I mean, who cares? You're up there. And when something bombs like that, anything goes.
Yeah. You got to get out of there.
You got to get out of there. You got to do it. All right. You mentioned you had some sort of odd experience at a show.
Well, we've had a few interesting nights. We get to the Columbus gig last Thursday, and
is this Don't Tell?
No, it's this other like indie show.
Do Tell.
Stan it was Tell Everyone You Know.
Tell everyone you know.
The Don't Tell Columbus shows were some of the hottest shows. Actually, I bombed on the second one, but the first early one was so hot.
Wait, an actual bomb?
I was bombing at times because it was the drunkest crowd I've been in front of in a long time.
Oh,
it was like I could not get them to shut up. They only crowd would work, and out of we were doing like a triple headliner thing, and I went first, so you can't just burn the entire room with crowd.
Yeah, you can't go, hey, shut the fuck up, and you also can't get upset.
Yeah, and I was getting upset. There was a bachelorette party. They sat the bachelorette party in the second row.
They get sout.
And they sout out the 2 drunkest women in the world in the front row. And between the bachelorette party and these 2 blacked out ladies, I mean, at one point I go, what is the conversation? What are you talking about? And she just looks up at me and she goes, I was just saying, I see 2 of you. And I was like, awesome.
That's honestly kind of like innocent and really fun.
It was really funny. And so that was like, then we're having a fun conversation about that. And then I do the classic, like, all right, well, I'm the first of the 3 headliners. If you can talk during my set, I don't give a shit. But make a deal, lock it up after me. You got to shut up. And she was like, and deal. And guess
what?
Look,
for the next 4 headliners, you got to keep it in the pocket.
guess what, Tim? She did not follow the deal that we agreed upon.
I would bet she broke that promise immediately.
She did. She also, like, she goes up and goes to the bathroom, and there's one bathroom, one door, and she goes, "Which one is it?"
You're like, well, the other thing that you're looking at, that's the wall. So not painting. That. So yeah, use the one with the handle on it. I love that. It would have been way better if she like didn't interrupt the show, but she did piss her pants.
Yeah, like just shit on the floor.
She's like, I didn't say anything though.
Kept it locked up. It was just her pants are just soaked.
Okay, so did you yell?
Anyways,
how'd you get out of that?
No, I just kind of bombed, and then
then
got off stage and hated myself and took a long walk around the block.
There we go, the Tim Smith special.
Yeah, I said, what would Tim do here?
He would berate himself relentlessly.
Yeah, wasn't proud of that one. But the first Columbus gig we did, we show up. I'm going to describe to you that we walk into a cool cocktail bar. It's broad daylight. First show's at 6 p.m.
Huge.
It's so bright in there. Like, can't stress how bright it is.
Is this the photo you sent?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you saw it. Yeah. And so it's a bar, and the guy's kind of running it, and he walks us all the way to the back, and we drop our stuff off, and we're like, "Where's the show?" And he's like, "Oh, we do it. You stand behind the bar." And we were like, "Oh," we both like really looked bummed. And we're like, "But people like listen, like this is like a cool cocktail bar." And he's like, yeah, everyone really shuts up, and we're like, this is gonna be so bad. It looks like ambush comedy. Like
he's like, well, I mean, they're gonna have to listen because you're gonna be right in front of them, like, shouting at them. So
and they're gonna be trying to order from you also.
Yeah, they don't know a show's happening, but we do lock the doors, so that'll be sick.
It did look like they didn't know a show was happening.
Did they though?
Terrified. Then he starts the show. Everyone dials it in. It's like 2 absolutely hot shows.
Oh, I love that.
From behind the bar, literally, bartenders are making drinks around you. It should be horrific by all standards of it. Your first row of audience members are at the bar stools, and then everyone else is lower down than them, and they kind of can't see you.
Good.
And I mean, it should be so bad. And they were like 2 really hot shows.
How many people are in there? 40, 50?
Like 45, yeah.
How did Jeff find this venue?
This guy hit him up on Instagram.
Amazing. I mean, look, those shows always have the potential to be the most fun because the stakes are so low.
I think that's why. It's like maybe objectively it was just like a good show.
Right.
But because when we walked in, I mean, the bar was so low.
I mean, is there a microphone? It feels like a cappella.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. There was a microphone.
Okay.
But no stage, no elevated platform.
Just behind the bar.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like the bartender walks in front of you to grab stuff at times. Like middle of a premise, they're just like, let me grab a full thing of ice.
It's like, look, if you could shake up a mojito real quick, that'd be sick.
That was the running bit that I kept doing. I kept asking people if they wanted to see a dessert menu and stuff.
That's not bad. That's pretty fun. Okay, so those are heat. Wait, what was the odd scenario you had?
Well, this was maybe a long time ago, or maybe it was last week. It was at an undetermined time.
It was time is a flat circle, Tom, so there's really no way for us to know.
That's a good point. I think it's all kind of happening at the same time, just in different universes.
Because there's several different realities that we could possibly be in right now. So who's to say when this weird thing happened?
Yeah, and I like to live in a world where the Socrates blowjob bit works.
Where it destroys. What's great is there is a reality where that's the only joke that worked and everything else bombed.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that reality, though, Tom. Now you're bombing for 30.
But I'd like to. I think I could grow there, you know?
Yeah, that is
growth. The
growth.
Socrates stuff is that's me starting to really speak my truth.
Well, that's you figuring out who you are on stage.
Yeah, that's finding my voice.
Isn't it so embarrassing when you write a joke? You're like, boy, this really sounds like me. And you really gas yourself up about it. And then it bombs horribly. And you're like, oh, so that means I'm an idiot.
Yeah, this. I was like really proud of this thought. It's so embarrassing. God, I got a couple real stink machines cooking up lately.
Well, you sent a little text the other day, and you're like, "Boy, looking through my notebook, I guess I'm also participating in this writer's strike." I thought that was pretty decent. That's pretty decent.
I thought it was a pretty good tweet, but then I was like, someone's probably done that, so I just didn't. I just threw it in the chat instead.
Toss it in the chat, get 6 likes. I tweeted it though; it bombed horribly.
Good. Anyways, this other show we did, basically, long story short, it's a pretty good show. Sold out, everything like that. Jeff. Well, so the fun thing about co-headlining with Jeff is like before the show, the producers, the club managers are always like, "So how do you guys want to split time?" And like, I'm like, "I'll do 35," and Jeff's like, "Yeah, I'll do like 35, maybe 40." Jeff has not done under an hour.
No, maybe 40, probably like more like 60, 65. I'll just go until they leave.
Last night at Zany's, I'm doing 35. Jeff's like, "Yeah, I'll do 35 to 40." And then he goes to Lucy. He just goes, "How long could I go without you getting mad?"
And what he ended up doing 70?
He literally did 70. Yeah.
Yep, that's about right.
Jeff's
in his bag right now, though.
Absolutely cooked last night. That was the hottest show. That was
cooked for 70.
Yeah, he was really cooking.
Jesus Christ.
He was being an absolute. I mean, to quote my good friend Tim Smith, he was being an absolute goofball up there.
Just being goofy?
Yeah.
God, I love being
just
a fucking goofball.
Around.
For 70. Boy, that's a real feat.
That's a long time.
70 minutes to keep people interested. That is insanity. Are you walking up cold or y'all have a host button?
No, we had Connor Larson host. We had Amber Autry do a guestie.
Oh, is she in Nashville?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay, fun.
Yeah, so it was a hot little show. I went up basically cold at one of the shows last week where we had a host who really ate one.
Oh. Was he trying to be Jeff? Was he doing dark?
No, it was just bad.
Right.
And it was like we're looking around like desperately trying to find another comic to see if we could throw up a guestie.
Right. Nobody there.
No one there. It was like, all right, well.
That is so weird about the Jeff thing is like this host that we did. I guess people look up Jeff. They know what he's up to.
He told me about this.
So, I mean, the guy's on stage for 30 seconds and I think he said come 8 times already.
Right.
He's hitting the host button.
This I thought you meant Jeff.
No. This is
I can kind of see that.
Yeah, this is the host. And the audience is like, boy, this is a lot.
But is it someone it's because they think Jeff is a dirty comic, which like I don't know, maybe he is, but like also
not a clean comic.
But also it's incredibly smart.
Yeah, it's not just like dick and cum for the sake of dick and cum.
Yeah.
There is like a really nice philosophical point behind his cum joke.
It's an overall, and it's an analogy to the patriarchy usually. Oh man. But anyways, so Jeff is doing this classic thing where he's 75 minutes into a 35-minute co-headlining set, and he's trying to wrap up, and this guy starts yelling from the back of the room, like Jeff did a 9/11 joke, and this guy from the back room of the room is like, "Fuck the Twin Towers!"
Sure.
And just starts screaming, and Jeff is like, "Fine, man. What's up? What's your name?" And it's the producer of the show.
Oh, oops! Was he hammered?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck the Twin Towers. I don't even know what stance he's taking.
Neither do I.
Like what side of it do you think it's a conspiracy, or do you think we were
kind of
just
like pumped about it?
We were there for oil, or what? I don't know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
Fuck the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
He just hates that style of architecture.
I always said they were ugly anyways.
They're fucking eyesore, dude. You're like, wait, that's all you're mad at?
You just wanted to re-envision the New York skyline.
He's just really big on reimagining the skyline of New York City.
Yeah, it was that's kind of an all-time zero move. Is if you're a producer of a show, you cannot heckle.
Well, look, I mean, sure, have a couple of beers in the back. You put on a great show, fantastic. You can't heckle 75 minutes in, or 5 minutes in.
No, not even 5 minutes in. Yeah, you couldn't even do that. You got to keep it in the pocket.
You're not allowed to heckle the comedians at the show you book.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
That's a wild. Was he apologetic at all?
No. Thought it was very funny.
Oh, he thought he was helping the show. Okay, so he'll be producing that show for one more week.
Yes. I don't think it'll be a recurring show, actually. But it was very fun. And again, this happened about 4, 5, 6 years ago at an undetermined location in a city that I didn't mention because I am afraid this guy will cut my dick and balls off.
No, we can mention the city. It was Des Moines, Iowa in 2013.
Yes. It was at
I remember that show.
Old comedy bar. We can't talk shit about the comedy bar.
We are free to do this now. God, I just have the worst memories of that place.
I have another 0 nomination. But it was kind of also a comeback story. It was kind of wild. I forgot to tell this last week.
Huge.
So I was getting on this flight, and this lady in front of me is like, could not be a more stereotypical, like, I hate to even say it, but Karen. Like, she looks
the haircut, everything was right there.
It was the haircut. It was like, it's
kind
like
of dirty blonde.
Yeah, it's kind of like the way she was walking with her bag is a little bit like, I'm in more of a rush than everyone else.
And she's like a little bit angry and a little entitled, weirdly.
Yeah, and a little like huffy puffy. Like, it's like,
move out of my way. Yeah. She has her sunglasses are still on, but she's inside. They're kind of big.
Well, they're tucked up on top.
Right. Right.
So we both get asked to check our carry-on. And she's like, well, I'm main cabin too, but we're both boarding like last. I was late to the flight because I was sitting in the Delta lounge for too long. And she's in the same boat. Like, we missed the boarding zone. And they're like, well, I think it's all full. And she was like, there's room. And we're at the gate. She's like, there is room on there.
Is she drunk?
No, she's just like being
just
really
annoying.
direct. She's like, no, can I go check? And they were like, I mean, but if there isn't, then you have to like bring the bag all the way back out. And I'm like little stony baloney Tom. I'm like, here's my bag. Please take it out of my hands before I lose it. I love when they check my bag.
You're doing me an enormous favor right now because I would get off the flight without my bag.
Yeah. I'm like, I got no problem with this. And so I'm like going around her. And because she's sitting there arguing, and then I try to scoot around her, and she like takes her bag and she's like, I'm gonna go check. And they're like, all right, fine. And then she budges back in front of me like she thinks I'm trying to like cut her in line. And I was like, Jesus Christ, lady. So we get on the actual flight, and she
by the way, the only redemption arc here is if terrorists tried to take over the plane and she took them down with her hands.
Or her suitcase that she brought on the flight. If there was something in her suitcase that was vital to stopping the hijacking of the plane, that is the only redemption.
I mean, I'm just not seeing how she redeems herself, but go ahead.
I have a wild little tidbit of this story. So we get on the flight, and the flight attendants are like, it's all full. You're going to have to check that. And she's like, they said I could check in the back. And she's like putting up a huge fight, and everyone is seated already. It's like me and her left to board, maybe a couple more behind me. And I share like a knowing glance with the lady sitting in the first class seat.
You know how I feel about a knowing glance.
I look down, and it's a real knowing glance. You're never gonna guess who this person is.
Rosie O'Donnell.
It's Angela from The Office.
Get the fuck out of here. How did you forget to tell me this story?
I totally forgot about it. I was high on a plane.
You know what? Angela from The Office, she is somebody that you really have to look at and you're like, oh, that is her.
Yeah, that's what it was wild. And I also went from like, I was having a genuine, just like connecting moment with another human.
Right.
And it like, I didn't process for a second that I was like, wow, I know you very well. I mean, I'm like, I watch The Office every day of my life.
You know what's really weird about that is like the knowing glance that you gave her is pretty much the entire premise of The Office.
Yeah, it's exactly. I should have done full.
You should have really, really gemmed her. Yeah.
I'm like,
she's like, oh, this guy gets it.
Yeah. It was so awesome, but I didn't keep it completely cool. I mean, I didn't do anything crazy, but I shared like a knowing glance with her, and then I did a full double take.
Angela?
And then she definitely was like, fuck, he recognizes me.
For a second, I thought I was having a genuine moment with a human.
Yeah, it lasted
now he wants an
about
autograph.
1 second.
Well, I mean, what you didn't say anything though, right?
No, I wish I had. I used to.
Tom, did you say anything?
No, I had to keep moving.
Okay.
I'm standing in the aisle still. Oh, but then this lady, so she goes, can I please check in the back? And the flight attendant goes, let me just get on the horn and see if have them check for you. And she goes, hey, is there any room in the way back for one more carry-on? And the fucking other flight attendant goes, yeah, yep, there's room back here. And I was like, damn it.
She was right. That sucks.
I was so mad, dude.
That sucks so bad.
Yeah,
they really should have some sort of code word where it's like we have a code orange or something that says like we have a real piece of shit who's requesting this. So just say no. Yeah. Because she can't be right.
No, it was
that emboldened her. She's gonna ruin the flight for so many more flight attendants because she was right this one time.
She's never not gonna ask that.
Well, you know what? Based on her confidence in saying, I know there's room, there's probably room all the time. She kind of drilled it.
She's done it before.
You hate to see that.
Because I think what they do is just after a certain amount of boarding groups have gone on, they just say on average it's usually full at this point.
Sure.
But yeah,
I hate that though.
She absolutely called her shot there, and it
kind of drilled it.
It was kind of awesome. It was from half.
I mean, she hit that one 500 feet,
and she was looking at the bench when it went in. I mean, she had turned around.
She turned around completely.
Yeah,
tossing up their set to the bench. Incredible. Okay, so back to Angela.
Yeah.
Was this leaving LA?
Yeah, I was leaving LA. So she
first and class. You were flying where? She better be first class.
Denver.
God. You know, because she is like not like an insult, but she's normal looking enough where you would never be like, that's got to be some sort of somebody.
Yeah, she's like a tiny little blonde lady.
Yeah. God, that rips.
It does look the exact same. I was gonna try to catch up to her and say hi after because she works with like my best friend at Cameo is her rep and they know each other very well.
Okay.
So I could have been like, I'm very good friends with Sammy, blah blah blah, and we probably could have had a conversation. And I would have loved to. I'm such a huge Office fan. I mean, she's maybe my least favorite person in the Office.
Sure, easily, yeah, without a doubt.
But I am such a fan of the show. It would have been.
I don't know who would be worse than.
Well,
I mean, Oscar never
really
did anything for me. He had a couple of good lines, but he was no Kevin. Kevin was serving up heat the whole time.
Oh, I mean, yeah, dude. What's his name again? Brian Baumgartner.
Brian Malone or something? No, it's Kevin Malone.
It's Brian Baumgartner. I guess here's who's your least favorite character? Who's your least favorite actor?
Character, it's either Oscar or Angela, just because they never really, there's no great Oscar or Angela line. Also,
I think Oscar, the best line he has is when Dwight, when it comes out that Dwight and Angela had sex in the office, and he's like, "Where? Dwight? Where, Dwight?" And Dwight goes, "Seems like you already know."
Yeah, but even then, that's a great Dwight line.
Well, yeah, but Oscar's doing he's almost crying. That's a pretty good line there.
So I would say most unlikable character has to be Angela because she toyed around with my boy Dwight.
Yeah.
She's the most unlikable. I'd say Oscar's the most boring. Actor that I dislike the most, I would say none of them. I don't really know.
Wow, look at you. What a hot take.
Well, I mean, I don't know any of these fucking people.
I'm in the same boat. That's why I was glad you were answering.
I'm like,
first.
Who do you fucking hate on The Office? I don't know. They all seem whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, they fucking rip.
Good show, decent show. If you haven't, while we're plugging Joe List, let's
plug The Office too.
Why not check out this little indie show that just came out? Actually started in the UK.
Oh yeah, it's a remake of the UK. No one really knows that.
Ricky Gervais, I believe his name is, brought it over. Good show. Kind of a herky-jerky with the camera. I think they ripped off Parks and Rec kind of style of like editing and filming.
And they got that from Roommates-in-Law, actually. It was kind of the first people.
Kind of the zoom in, look at the camera.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
I wonder if she thought you were doing
like an Office look.
Like an inside baseball kind of look.
I hope she thought I was. It was just a genuine thing though, where I was like, looking around like, is anyone else listening to this?
God, I hate she was right. I really hate that.
I know. So did Angela, probably.
You know what I was thinking about? You know, I told you about my little first class experience.
Yeah,
and
you and Angela, dude. It's you and the cast of The Office. That's who's flying first class these days.
Was she absolutely covered in Biscoff? Because if she wasn't, she's not doing it right.
Not yet.
But like, so you know, you get on first, which okay, great, and then you get off first. But if you checked a bag, that just means you're at the carousel waiting longer than everybody else.
Oh yeah.
I was just sitting there for 25 minutes, and I was like, well, this isn't sick at all.
First class is awesome. I get to sit. And also, why are there never enough chairs in the baggage claim area?
I'm sitting on the ground.
There's 2 chairs ever, and in the whole area, and they're always taken, and you got to sit on the ground.
I get to sit on the ground and then just watch people berate these poor baggage handlers.
Oh, yeah.
These people, now those are the TSA agents. I don't even know if they count as TSA, but those are the people that deserve the most agents. Sympathy. None of them have an ass, so they're definitely agents.
Okay, they are agents then. All right.
That's the one stipulation.
No butt, but they got a gut. That's because they're on the receiving end of the luggage. So it's like if it's lost, it's not their fault.
And they had nothing to do with this. And people are losing their minds. You don't understand. I had new Jordans in there. And they're like, I make $9 an hour.
I want to go home and
I don't care.
So
my kid has diabetes. You think I give a shit about you?
I only work here for the health benefits because my kid is going through terminal cancer treatment.
I mean, dude, I watched a guy. I think I told you about this in LaGuardia. It was like after Christmas, and it was kind of a mess. But he's like a real little dick energy moron. Where he's probably 5'6".
Yeah, you told me this.
Oh, and you could tell he just like thought I'm supposed to scream at people.
And this is the guy that cut in line in the baggage area, right?
Yes, like he just thought. I've seen Ari Gold do this on Entourage, and it worked.
If you scream at people, they usually kind of come around.
They typically respond. Like unless his last name was LaGuardia, it wasn't gonna work. I'm sorry, it just wasn't even close. And this 93-year-old baggage guy was just like, "Buddy, fuck off!" Like couldn't care less. Do
not care.
It was, and of course they finally bring his shit over, and it's like he's traveling with golf clubs. I was like, oh God, of course you would.
Well, he's missing his tea time, dude.
God,
you're looking around for any Office cast member. You're like, I gotta share a knowing glance with someone.
Where's nobody? Kevin.
I'll take fucking Mindy calling at this point.
Oh, she might be. No, she had a couple of great lines too.
And she's another one where like the character is so annoying, but you needed that level of annoying.
You needed that character.
Ryan's
got to be in the mix
for worst character. Yeah.
He didn't really do anything likable
at times. Speaking of acapella, that might be one of my favorite episodes when Andy is sucking up to Michael. And he's doing the thing where he's like he's like, you want to go to lunch? And Michael's like, no. And he's like, yeah, me neither. And then,
sorry, I annoyed you with my friendship.
His ringtone is him singing fuck, what's the song? Twiddle-diddle-dee.
He's like, oh damn, dude.
And then it's my favorite Andy sequence is him going, you, me, beers, buzzed, shots, wings, drunk, waitresses, hot. Back to my place, nap, football, Huskers. It's like Cornell Hofstra, slaughter.
It's so funny. Boy, we have just fully evolved into talking about how good The Office is.
Well, I found this thing recently. I got to send it to you. It's a Google Drive with almost every Office episode in it.
Love that. Is it on Netflix?
What?
Is it just Netflix.com?
No, The Office isn't on Netflix.
What?
It's been off for a year.
Didn't know that, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's
really, it's nowhere to be found on any streaming service. This makes no sense.
Peacock, but
okay, boy, they really fell off. Then
I'm not paying for the cock.
Peacock, no. I only pay for cock when I'm in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying?
Now we're cooking. Now we're cocking.
Now we're cocking. There's the title.
There's the title right there. I got one other little tidbit for you. It was just a very funny thing that happened. I wanted it to be a zero of the week, but it's funnier and funnier the more I think about it. At
Hit me.
Zany's Chicago, I forgot to tell this story. After one of the, it wasn't even on the headlining show. It was I was opening for Kelsey, and this guy came up to me after, and he goes, "I'm a fan of yours," and I was like, "Oh, sweet, man." And he goes, "Would you sign my hat?" And it's like a Cubs hat. And I was like, "Sure. Where do you want me to sign it?" And he has me sign the underside of the bill. And I sign it and I hand it back to him and he goes, "Oh, it kind of ruined the hat." Like, kind of genuinely disappointed.
He's like, "Well, this is the worst $13 I ever spent on this hat."
It was, and then I was standing right there, and I was like, "Oh, sorry."
I mean, the underside of the brim, it didn't ruin the hat.
Also, you asked me to sign it.
I mean, unless you like tried to sign your name and you're like, "Ah, shit, I kind of fucked it up," and like scratched it out, and then tried to do another one. You're like, "Well, that one looks bad too."
It was a very small, simple signature.
I don't know what did he think was gonna happen after that signature.
I don't know. He's like, "I thought it was gonna look better or something."
I thought the value of this thing was gonna skyrocket. This hat sucks now.
It had absolutely. So he just stomps on it. He's like,
Did he just throw it in the trash and leave? Yeah, he's like, "Honestly, you can keep it now. I don't know where I'm gonna wear this. This is
names all over it now. Thanks, man."
Also, kind of embarrassing for him if somebody's like, "Oh, nice, you got a Cubs player to sign that." He's like, "Nah, no,
it's the feature at Zany's.
You know. Are you familiar with Kelsey Cook? Oh, nice. Yeah, the guy that features for her signed it. Yeah, I don't know why. I regretted it immediately.
I was pretty drunk. I follow him on Instagram, so.
What an amazing thing to say. You just walk out and then you throw it away.
Yeah, instead he really flattered me by asking me for the signature, and then he just absolutely dunked on me immediately.
Boy, this really ruined this hat. Damn it.
It was really, so it was like, I wrote it down like 0 of the week candidate, but I'm like, in hindsight, it's so funny.
It's truly one of the funnier things that has ever happened. That is incredible. Tom, where are we at? We had about an hour?
Time? Not yet.
I mean, we're doing, this is what, number 3 in a row of Coffee Pod?
I like a coffee pod, but we got like 10 minutes left.
10 mini?
Unless you got to jump to a ting, which is meeting.
Tom, we're about to have big fat sleepover night over here on Thursday.
I'm very excited. I shouldn't even try to get on a show this late, right? I just come hit the hang button at the crib.
I wouldn't mind hitting a little hang. We could go find a little spot to maybe, I don't know, have a beverage.
I was like, what are you gonna say?
Just find a little romantic spot to like kiss and hold each other's hands. We can just go get a bev, hang.
Let's work out. Let's try to riff out the Socrates bit.
Well, I would absolutely love to riff that one on you. I got a couple of premies that I need a little something on. I told you, I keep telling them to Lizzie. She's like, fucking nah, dude.
Throw me your worst one.
Well, it's just the idea that, like, everybody's like social media is just not help because it's so fake and it's just people showing you the best time of their lives. And it's like, well, yes, please. That's what I would rather it be.
Oh, this is good. This has some juice.
Like, why would I want to see posts of like grandma died? You know what I mean? Or like, this marks the year that my arm got chewed off by that gator or whatever.
The flip side of it is what we're seeing on Twitter right now, where I just log on and see someone get run over by a train.
But like, it's always dead.
I'm seeing so many people get died out here. He's so from this, not even the South, like fucking bumfuckville.
Yeah, it's just no education. Man, that boy is right there. I just seen him get dead. Log on Twitter, everybody getting dead on Twitter. That's been the way it's been the entire time cameras have been around. Like, everyone takes pictures of the times you want to remember.
Yeah, like you don't flip through old family vacation photos and it's just like, oh yeah, she was super bummed here.
Yeah,
that's like a broken leg.
Jeez, we took photos of all the times we were happy. What the fuck did we do this for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know. There's something in there. I never understand what people like. It's fake as hell. Like, no, but I want the happiness. Because we both know somebody that posts the picture of their face crying and then talks about long COVID. And I'm like, hey, this ain't it.
Yeah, it's not a cute look.
This ain't it.
Oh, I love that. Wait, I want to see if I can throw a premise back at you.
Wait, I had one more big fat premie I was kind of liking.
Fuck.
Damn it, where'd my premie go? Oh, damn, look how stupid this one is. I don't even remember. Who was I talking? I think me and Tucker were like high or something. And we were talking about how you can get gum out of carpet.
What?
Talking about how you get gum like out of carpet. I don't know how we got on, but he was like, peanut butter does that. So I wrote down peanut butter gets gum out of carpet, but what gets peanut butter out of carpet?
See, I mean, you got no gum in your carpet. No, your carpet's full of peanut butter.
But now you just got peanut butter everywhere.
That's one of those ones. Oh man, I would love to see that on stage.
It will never.
I could just see you in like an empty Eastville comedy club, just like now you got peanut butter all over your carpet.
They get peanut butter everywhere. So anybody know how to get peanut butter out of it? This one's I gotta go.
So now you know how you get peanut butter out of carpet? Gum.
You gotta get the gum back in there, but then it's kind of a metaphor for life. I don't know
like
what I'm doing anymore.
You're either getting gum out of your peanut butter or peanut butter out of your gum. How much time do I have left?
That's just one of those things you write down where you're like, hey, look, you got to write down everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got plenty. I thought I had sometimes I just write things that are more of just a reflection of my life. Like,
sure.
This is what I wrote down in my little premises notes was I'm not poor, but I am poor enough where my friends offer me unsolicited help. And I'm like, that's not really a joke premise. That's more just
you're like, that kind of bums me out, honestly.
Getting credit card fraud alerts. That's not it.
Fuck,
I got some real stinky ones lately.
You know what's heartbreaking is I had two premies that I was like, all right, the social media one I want to work on and this other one I want to work on. And I didn't write down the other one, but don't worry, Tom. I did write down the peanut butter gum idea.
Peanut butter gum has legs. It's got legs, dude. Oh, me and Jeff did this podcast yesterday called Movie Ruiners. This is pretty funny. It's like I don't know. These two guys, they watch your favorite movie, and then you just do a pod about it, and
they just like tell you why it's bad or something.
Yeah, it's kind of you kind of like try to look for the riffs in it,
Okay.
It was a fun time, but we did Remember the Titans. Here's the thing: is we talked about it like a long time ago, and I think I said Remember the Titans is one of my favorite movies because it was after I watched it on the plane and was crying a lot. Remember that?
Sure.
And so I completely forget we're doing the podcast. And then on Sunday night, me and Jeff got to Nashville. We do a bunch of work. We're editing a bunch of clips. We have a little productive night. We both got gym workout. We both used the hotel gym on a Sunday night.
Let's go.
It's kind of a huge move on the road.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And then we go back. We're getting some snacks. We're like going to throw on Remember the Titans. And we're sitting there watching it. And it's like, every 30 seconds Jeff is riffing, and I'm like, man, dude, you really. And he's writing down riffs, and he says it's for the podcast. I thought he meant his own podcast. I was like, man, this is how you go through life. You're just like mining material
from
out of everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at one point I'm like, dude, if you just buy into the movie, it's way more fun. And he's
you don't
like,
have to look for every crack in the
and then I
movie.
realized the next day, I'm like, oh, we're doing the movie podcast. Oh, I should have been taking notes.
And you're just showing up going like, it's an amazing movie. And Jeff has 200 jokes about the movie.
I thought Jeff was just the worst person to watch a movie with. I was like, this sucks, dude. It was really funny. And
he's like, no, Tom, this is for the podcast we agreed to do that you mentioned you wanted to do this movie on.
Yeah, we talked about it a long time ago.
Like, this is all your fault, actually.
It was very funny, though. Some very good points in that movie were made. My favorite point is the underlying story of the gay guy, Sunshine. They kind of shoehorn that in there, too. Where it's like, it's obviously a civil rights movie, but it's also a little
Wait, was Sunshine actually gay, or was he just from California?
Like, he's from California. I love how that's how they say he's gay.
Yeah. But like,
Well,
was he actually gay? I don't think he was. I think he just had the long hair.
Ronnie Bass. Well, yeah, but he also kisses Gary.
I think he was. I think that was a bit.
Yeah, it was assault, brother.
Well, it's like kind of that classic bit that I like to do, where I like suck off a friend of mine. Then I'm like, got you, dude.
Pranked you.
Got you. You thought I was gay, didn't you?
You're weird.
All right, so where are we at? You're coming here. We're having we got to do a live pod at Woodward.
Gonna do a live pod on Thursday, so that'll come out next week. Yeah. I guess we can. I think we're at an hour.
Yeah, I gotta go do some shit.
All right. I gotta go take a shit.
Let's go.
There we go. Little coffee pod. That'll happen. I like we're a morning show now.
I love it.
What does Soder use as his morning show? Buzz and the Scooch.
We're buzzing the scooch. We do need to get
Buzz and the Scooch.
We do need to get like a what do they call, like a soundboard now?
Yeah, so we can do fart noises and stuff.
Yeah, if we're gonna be a proper morning show, we need a soundboard.
Yeah, it's mostly just fart noises.
I'll take it.
And then I'll have one sound button that just says, "Hey Tom."
Yeah. Oof. I want a shirt that says, "Hey Tom." I want my own quote on my merch.
Hey, will you guys send us a note if you would buy a shirt that says, "Hey Tom," or a shirt that says, "If panda's open, I'm eating,"
with a little picture of a sweet little panda.
And actually, while you're at it, will you design those shirts and make
also, instead of doing all of that, will you just send us money?
Yeah.
Instead of all of that.
That's a good point.
How about just send us money with receiving nothing in return?
Upwards of like $3,000 would be nice.
Mm-hmm. And look, that doesn't even have to be the max. You can do whatever you want. Use your imagination.
Oh yeah, don't let me limit what you can do.
If you can imagine a larger number, send that number.
Get wild with it.
All right.
Where are you gonna be? This week, it comes out on Thursday. I'll be in Stamford, Connecticut this weekend with Becky Robinson, and then back with Chief Asmus in Kansas City on Sunday, and then Salt Lake City next week.
Let's go. I'm in New Jersey this Saturday, hanging out with Tom on Thursday. Dojo comedy.
Oh,
dojo, babe. I'm at the dojo. I'm gonna work out some karate moves.
Let's go.
But come on out. It's a fun room. It should be a good time. Come on out, see the kid, and then I'm just back in New York being a rat.
Let's go. We're ratting around. Thank you guys. Tell a friend. Leave a review. We love
Toss us a star. Come on.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
He married my sister. Now we're living together. We're